Here we have some questions and answers. Now the first question says, the profits of a producer is the difference between dash and dash. If you can remember vividly in a discussion, I made mention of certain thing. I made mention of revenue, total revenue, and total cost. That's at the end of the day, after you have known the cost of your production per unit and for the total quantity of produce, definitely you're able to know from the difference of the total cost of production and the total revenue that you have gathered at the end of the day. So looking at the options here, we have total cost, the difference between the total cost and marginal cost, the difference between the total revenue and total cost, average cost and total cost, and lastly, price and total cost. If you look at it vividly, the correct answer there is the difference between the total revenue and the total cost. Because the total revenue is the one that will tell you at the end of everything, after you have sold what you have produced, that okay, this is the amount you have realized. Then you now take away the costs that have been incurred in production. So the answer here is this. So the second one said when the marginal product is negative. So that is what happens at that point. Remember the example I gave during the course of discussion. It was increasing, but it got to a point it decreased. But at that point, the total cost was still increasing, but the marginal cost was increasing as it decreasing. But it got to a point that it had to even decrease totally. So if you look at it now, in the options given, then when the marginal product is negative, the total product will be dash. That is what will happen to the total product. So here we talk about products here, but there's no way we talk about products without mentioning the cost that we have used in production. In that topic, we can talk about the products at the same time talk about the cost. But majorly the focus is on the cost. But we can still chip in the product in this question as the question says. Now that's when the marginal product is negative, the total product will be what? That is, once it has reached a stage that the marginal product is going downward, then when you have a graph like this, you have the positive and the negative. You have the here goes this way, here it goes this way. So this negative is positive. So by the time line goes below this, it tends towards the negative point. When you have a line, it comes from this part and it goes towards this. That means it tends towards negative. So which means that at that point, when you have your marginal product that is negative, so which means the total product is decreasing. And the more it decreases, the negative it becomes. The more negative it becomes. So that's why at this point, the answer there is this. That when the product is negative, marginal product is negative, total product is decreasing already. So the third question is, productive resources can also be called what? Here we have principle of production, we have factors of production, we have items of production, and lastly we have labor and resources. From the beginning, I made mention of factors of production because these are the things that must be on ground when we want to talk about the production. So now looking at these options there, the best word or the best replica of productive resources are the factors of production, which is option B. Factors of production, because they are the ones that determine the production. And lastly, then in a small scale business, the FC, that is the fixed cost, is 5,000, while the variable is 15,000, and the output is 5,500 units. What will be the unit cost of the goods? That is unit cost of each goods. That is, you want to know the average total cost. Now, normally we said about TC is VC plus FC. That is the addition of this and this will give you this. But in this situation we can do plus and minus. So now let's look at what we have here. we have our FC to be 5,000, and we have our BC as a variable cost to be 15,000. Normally, the addition is our total cost. But what is the question talking about? What will be the unit cost of the goods? That is the unit cost of the goods. Now, if you look at it now, he said the VC is 15,000, right? And the output is 5 units, is 500 units, right? So what will be the unit cost? So when we have the unit cost to be 500, and to be units, that is each, we must now know the sum of this is what? This plus this is 20,000, right? Am I right? So that means the total cost is 20. But before you know the unit cost of each, you have the 20 divided by 500. That's divided by 500. This. That's 200 divided by 5. That's 40. Am I right? Okay, sorry, that's 2,000. Okay, yes, you are still right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 2 cancel 2. It remains 2. So it means 200 divided by 5, that's 40. So each unit costs 40 naira. So if you multiply 40 by 500, you still get our total cost to be 20,000. So that's there. But with the option here, now I want to say something here. Then what will be the unit cost of the goods? He said we have the 400, 80, and we have a 40 on this point. So that's it.